Alright, so we're going to do a 82,000 mile review of the 2014 Subaru Crosstrek. So probably the most important thing about this review is going to be that there has been no like catastrophic or any type of major malfunction that would require it to go to the dealership for any type of repairs or to any type of mechanic shop. The only type of stuff that had to be done with this car, it's going to be maintenance stuff. So brakes, I did the brake pads front and back. The car got tires at some point. We did the tires all the way around. What else did we do? You know, air filter, the spark plugs, it's just kind of, it's kind of involved. But if you've wrenched it all, it's not that bad. And then let's see what else. I think that's about it. I didn't have to do really anything else with this thing. Oil changes. Transmission is like a non-serviceable type thing. I think it says it's good for the life of the vehicle. So really there, I don't think there's anything you need to do. Fuel filter, you're supposed to do at 75, but dealership says don't do it because it's in the tank. So you really don't do anything with it. They say you wait until the fuel pump fails, which, I mean, that's a lot of new vehicles, they're in the tank now. You don't have an external fuel pump, fuel filter anymore. So, and I'm not sure about the differential in the rear. That might be like a check and inspect type deal. I'm not sure. The one thing I can tell you, at least in this instance, and this is a 2014 Subaru XV Crosstrek, is you will become an expert in changing light bulbs. I've changed taillights, brake lights, license plate lights. There may have been an interior light. There's been a headlight, fog light, and now another headlight. So luckily, when I did the passenger side headlight, it was this H11 bulb. It came as a 2-pack, which is good. Usually I think they tell people to do them in pairs. I didn't do that. So now the driver's side here is out. So, and I'll explain it a little bit. We'll take a look at it, and then I might show you me changing it. We'll see. All right, so I'll turn the light on, and you'll see that it doesn't come on. There are two lights. There, see the fog light's on. There's like a parking light or running light over here that kind of lights up this area as well. Over here would be your daytime running light. That'll be on if the car is running. I don't know, you probably can't see the fog light. Yeah, you can. Fog light down here. This is your main beam, so it's straight through here. There is a separate bulb for your daytime running light, so if you do replace it, make sure you don't have it confused with where you're at. So when you're looking at the light here, it's going to be right down in here, which I don't know if you can get to without pulling the battery. I'm going to try my darndest, but I don't know. It's a quarter turn the way it looks. A quarter turn pull-out bulb with a attached plug on it. I might be able to get it out, but I don't know if I can get that back in because there's just not a lot of room to get a hand in there. And my hands aren't that big. Oh, maybe. Oh, you can do it. I think you can. If you come between where the windshield washer reservoir is in this little frame part here, this little strut brace, you should be able to get in there and you can kind of feel it. And then if you give it a quarter turn, it would be, let's see, which way am I going? I'm going counterclockwise. Hopefully I didn't just break it. Oh, there it is, and it's coming out. So yeah, you can get to it no problem. All right, cool. I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so I realize this is hard to see. I'll kind of point out what you're looking for. So if you look down right in here, this here, that's what we're pulling the back off here. That's where it's plugged in. And then, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this or not. The light is right, it's right here. That's what I have pulled off. I'm not sure how the plug comes off. I don't recall. Boy, and it's hard to get in there. Okay, so the back of the plug looks like it just has
just has a clip you're going to push down. So again, if you come through this way here, and then you push down on that plug on the back, and you're going to probably want to push and then pull on the bulb, it should come out. Why they can't give you more room to do stuff like this, I don't know. At least I think that's what, yeah, that's what it looks like. The problem is having enough hand space to be able to do what you need to do here to get this thing out. Okay, so if you pull on the wires, you can get a little bit more play on the plug as well. Get in here, boy, my hand just doesn't work that way. There's not enough space. I can get the plug, but I can't pull on the light and the plug at the same time. Let me see if I can figure out a better way of doing this.
Alright, so I got the bulb out. You can see there's a, or is it right here, there's a tab that sticks up. So as this is plugged in, there's going to be a button you're going to press down on the actual connector. And the way that I got it out is that, let's see if I can get it zoomed here. Alright, so I put my right hand through here to push the connector, and then I brought my left hand around like this to pull on the bulb, because you can't, maybe you can do it one-handed, but I wasn't able to, and this bulb is clearly burnt. It's all charred on the inside. I don't know if I can show you. I can kind of show you the connector here. Let me bring the camera around. Okay, so we're looking on the back side here of the light. That's the connector that I'm talking about. I can't really get it to move. I can't get the camera in there. It's really difficult. Let's see if I can zoom it in. I don't know, it'll probably just get blurry. But this is the plug. There it is. You can kind of see it. So, and then on the top here where my finger is, yeah, you can't see it, it's too dark, but there's just like a tab you press down on the back side of this plug, and then on the top here is where that releases over that pin that's on the actual bulb. So you can see there's not a lot of room to work, but it is possible to get it in there. You just got to be careful, I guess. Alright, so one thing to note about putting the bulb in, you'll see that the tabs, this is a bigger, wider tab, and these two are smaller. So you got to line that up inside the headlight housing. So the bulb can only go in one way. So just make sure you got lined up, and then make sure you get this little red rubber gasket on there just to keep water and stuff out or whatever. So yeah, if it doesn't want to go in because it looks the same, make sure you got the top tab here, or this tab that I'm holding with the plug facing down. This would be a 12 o'clock. This tab here is wider. Alright, so there it is. We got it in. That top tab that's wider, that's actually 12 o'clock also in the housing. And like I said, it's just that quarter turn that you're going to twist it. And the way I did it, I quarter turned it in the housing and then just put the plug in afterwards. So now we're back to having full candle power here again in the front of the car. For how long, I'm not sure, but it seems like the bulbs that are non-factory that came with the car seem to last longer. So yeah, that's going to be my real quick, what did I say, 82,000 mile review here. Not a lot of issues with the car, basically none. The one thing to note too, I forgot to say, is that the fuel economy on the car is definitely lacking. Advertised it was like 30 or 33. I would assume closer, I would figure closer to 27. It could be the climate that we're in with cold weather. I know during the winter months this thing really loses fuel mileage. But to say that it's going to get 30, that's pushing it. I wouldn't say that it's going to get 30. So if you are looking at a Crosstrek, it is a good car otherwise. The engine is great. Like I said, no issues, and I've used all different types of oil filters and even oil already because I just got cheap with this thing. It's pretty much, I don't know, I don't want to say maintenance free because you still got to do oil and spark plugs and stuff, but if you can do those basic things, this car seems to be a pretty reliable car. I haven't had any issues, hasn't left us on the side of the road or anything like that. So All right, that's gonna be it for now.